Oh, hey guys, dude. Oh my god, I feel simultaneously happy and totally depressed right now. So, this video is going to be dedicated with extreme prejudice to my buddy Gary, Philadelphia. This one's for you, Gary. Because I finished Dean Koontz's Hideaway, and I was telling him how terrible it was, and then he pointed out something like how Stephen King writes 6 pages a day. Doesn't matter what it is. His job to write, so he writes 6 pages a day, and it doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't know where he's going. Doesn't know what it's about, but he's writing. And I was like, that's probably what Dean Koontz does most of the time. 80% of the time when he writes. He's just writing, I have a vague idea where this is going, stuff happens, and then it ends. Oh, I wish I could remember what Gary said. He's all, it doesn't, it's gonna end, it doesn't matter. I wish I could remember what he said. Everything be damned, it's over, and it all has to tie up. And Koontz doesn't even do that. This is a movie too, and it took me about 2 weeks to read it. So there's a married. It starts out like a married couple is coming home from vacation. A beer truck hits them, flies over the railings down a hill into a river, and the husband is knocked out cold, and the wife is trying to survive, and this takes a long time. All that took yeah, this is another thing that Koontz does. He just draws stuff out. That whole, where they get knocked down a hill into a river and the car's floating down a river. Well, I guess it took about 13 pages. It seemed like 20. So they take her husband to this medical facility where the doctor, Nyburn, he's just obsessed with beating death and reviving people. So they revive her husband, and he was dead for an hour. So they revive him, and somehow by dying he became supernaturally and mentally, psychically linked with the killer. And the killer is the doctor's son, who, his son committed suicide, and he revived him. So somehow they become inextricably linked together. So the guy who died, Hatch, he sees what the killer sees, and the killer sees what he sees. And the killer, man, Koontz, he just has this, I don't know what he's he just has a TV movie approach to writing a villain. They have the villain is he died when he committed suicide. He died, he went to hell, and he became half a demon, and now he's come back to the land of the living to go, because he wants to die and go back to hell, but he can't die until he creates a work of art of death that pleases Satan, and then he can die. Man, so much to ingest, but as I was reading it, I was is this a joke? Like, because the killer, his name is Jeremy Nyburn, but he renames himself Vasago, which is like a demon from hell name, and I was and he just like, you could just tell like he's like, this is so cool. Like his name is Vasago, he's a demon from hell. But I was is Koontz making fun of this killer, or does he really think this is like Vasago is just a cool name? He's a demon and he's awesome and evil. And I was like, man, this is like a lot of like Edward Lee, a lot of other writers. I was like, this is like what like a 13-year-old kid, a boy would think this is awesome, you know, so evil and wicked and badass. And I was like, yeah, it's just like laughable. And then there's this whole thing where the husband Hatch and his wife Lindsay, like since he's been revived from the dead, like, well, we should adopt a child because their son died from cancer when he was like 5 years old. So they adopt a little crippled girl, and then that's just totally gone for like, I forgot about the little crippled orphan that they adopted. And then I wish I could remember what page, but then she shows up. And okay, she's back in the story. Really, I was trying to tell Garth about this too, like Stephen King, Koontz. They just seem to be just obsessed with stopping a story dead in its tracks and just like, okay, we're gonna have a flashback. That's what a lot of this book is. Like, it's just the killer remembering stuff he did. And stuff that you could wrap up in like 5 pages. Koontz drags out to like 20 pages, and we're almost at the end of the book, and I'm like, Jesus effing Christ, man, like just get to the end, like. And then it didn't, like, the killer has a flashback to his like first murder. Actually he has flashbacks, like all of his flashbacks, all of his murders except for like 2 are flashbacks. I was like, this doesn't, you could have just said he's killed. He just wrote he killed 5 people in the past. Okay, but he drags it out till like 30, 40, 50 pages maybe. Oh man, I'm pretty buzzed too, but it took me all day to finish. I was doing anything not to read it. Like, I took a nap. I was looking like at the riots in Ireland. I was listening to Flaming Lips. And I have to finish it. And it pretty much, it's ruined my weekend. So yeah, just Koontz. And then even the last 50 pages, I was like, okay, dude, well, this is the climax, and he'll stop it. Like, he'll just go to like a dinner scene, like, that someone's having, you know, let's just bring this tense thriller to a screeching halt, and it'll describe what someone's having for dinner, or what they thought about, like, what a thought they had like 20 years ago. And I was like, God damn, dude. But probably no one has even read this. I don't think Koontz had an editor. They're all, yeah, it was great. We didn't have to take any words out. I mean, this was like 321 pages. It could have been it could have been 150 pages. It would probably been a better story. And I guess Koontz is just influenced by movies, because I don't need explicit, disgusting, gross gore all the time, but he You know, like when you have an off-screen murder in a movie, he has a off-page murder most of the time. Yeah, like the two murders are pretty much, yeah, they just like they're about to happen. Then we go to something else. What else is bad about that? And then the end was okay. I was the killer like goes because they're sharing the memories. He wants to kill the wife because she's like a perfect victim to send him back to hell, and so is the little girl. Like, ugh. So it's okay. There'll be a showdown in the house. They'll have a cool like knockdown, drag out fight. And I was like, no, he gets dragged out. Like the killer kidnaps the daughter, and the chase from like the parents chasing it, the car chase. That was like 20 pages. And I was like, oh my god. Why are you doing this, Koontz? This was a nightmare read. Like the last 10 pages was and then he just he kills the killer shoots the wife in the shoulder, and then without previous hint or preview, the husband like is imbued with the spirit of Angel Uriel and hits the killer in the head with the cross, and he's dead, and that's it. And then he's like, okay, let's wrap this up. He seemed to take more time in wrapping up everyone's story than the whole everything that came before it. Like he writes about the doctor that was like obsessed with bringing people back to life. He didn't really care. He's like, it didn't mean anything to him. He became a veterinarian, and he loved his patients. The little girl, the daughter, she was fine. The wife was happy with everything, and the husband, he's gonna die someday, and he's cool with that. That's not even what he says, but it could be anything. And then they turned this into a movie with Jeff Goldblum. And then I looked up the movie, and it said Dean Koontz was so unhappy with what they did with the movie that he wanted his name taken off with it. And I was like, your book was just horrible, trash, garbage, gruel. The movie can't. I mean, the movie could be bad, but at least it's like an hour and a half. This took me like it actually took me like 2 weeks to read. I guess that's my fault, because I've noticed that my Dean R. Koontz book reviews get more views. So I was like, let me read another one of his books. Maybe it'll be okay, and I'll get more views, but and it seems like he also, I'm just gonna go off on Koontz again. He thinks he's funny. He has no sense of humor, even though he writes stuff that he thinks is hilarious. I mean, okay, there was like, oh yeah, and then at the end he introduces like all this other stuff, and I was like, dude, we don't have time for this, man. Like, get to the end. But there's a couple of like maybe cool phrases. There's one description of a dream that the dad Hatch is having. I was like, that's cool. Write about this. It's like a paragraph. Yeah, man. Jesus Christ. If you like Dean R. Koontz, I don't know what the hell you have night. But I'm gonna keep reading. There's, like I told friend Dustus and Gary, like, dude, Midnight and Watchers are good. Then he wrote a book called Icebound. That was really good. I remember it being good. Maybe Lightning. I thought that I read that so long ago. Oh my God! It's just like Stephen King and Koontz and Edward Lee, and there's another one, Smith, John Smith, Lee Smith. Oh, so bad. I need to write a book. I need to, because there were times where I was like, you could just write words in any pattern, and it would be this equal to reading this, and it probably wouldn't even be as frustrating. You might create something. Oh, okay, I'm just really, what's the word? I gotta recombobulate myself. This just really ruined the weekend. Maybe I can salvage Sunday. I want to start something else. I have actually, I have one more Koontz. I have two more Koontz books. God, so bad. So to give it a rating, I would give it 0 Hands of Fate. This might be the worst Koontz book I've read ever, and it just keeps, when it gets to the bottom, it just digs itself even further. I wish he would see this. I don't know I mean, it's cool that he's made a living off of his words and that he's wealthy and happy, but just as long as no one reads them, that'd be fine. Like, just how does that happen? Like, okay, I'm gonna go. This is just too much for me, and I'll see ya.